Yo, what is up, man? It's your boy Damn D here to give you the live news. And I just want y'all to leave a comment down below and let me know how y'all feel about this. Now, we all know about the unfortunate situation that happened of Tyre. Got his life taken away by 5 police officers. And if y'all want to know how I really truly feel about that, follow me on my Damn D POV channel, because I made a few videos about that topic. All right, so this is my other channel that I have. Make sure y'all go follow this, because I really give my opinions and my thoughts about this. So I made like 4 different videos about this. All right, I literally made 4 different videos about this. So if you really want to know how I truly feel about it, follow me on my Damn D POV channel. Okay, I will leave the link to this channel in the comment section, and you can also click the link in the description if you really want to know how I feel about the whole situation. But this is not how I feel. This is how I feel about Stephen A. Smith. Now I have seen Stephen A. Smith go on multiple platforms talking about this situation. Now I'm not saying one situation is more important than the other. Well, two different things, but they're just as important, right? A man lost their lives to people that were supposed to protect us, and Dana White putting his hands on a woman. 2 very serious topics. I'm not here to compare which is more real, which is more serious. They're both serious, but unfortunately in this case, someone lost their life. And I wish Stephen A. Smith would just speak up the way that he did on this topic, on his other topics as well, because when things like this happens to his friends, he don't really speak on it. And if he does, it's very short and very sweet. But I just want to know, Stephen A., I understand why you're talking about this, and this is a very important topic, but why can't you elaborate the way that you did here about Dana White and Jerry Jones and everything else that's happening? Y'all leave a comment down below. I'm about to play this audio.
Minds on this complicated day. Jalen, start with you.
So I've sat in this seat after Breonna Taylor was tragically killed by law enforcement, after George Floyd as well. And it's really sad.
Can you feel it? Sun-kissed sands embracing the warm Gulf Stream waters with breeze-filled days and...
Sorry, y'all. So this is Jalen Rose giving his 2 cents on the situation, and then we're gonna go to Stephen A. Smith.
What is in our heart and on our minds on this complicated day? Jalen, start with you.
So I've sat in this seat after Breonna Taylor was tragically killed by law enforcement, after George Floyd as well. And it's really sad that we're still having this conversation. The irresponsibility of law enforcement. Their job is to protect and serve. When tragedy happens, when chaos takes place, we call for them in order to cover us, not to kill us.
Facts.
And it's a sign of anti-blackness in a lot of ways, because you have multiple officers who are armed, who are in a position of power, yet they abuse that power. They kill an individual. They basically stopped him for a questionable reason. And now, as you mentioned, his daughter and his family and the rest of us have to ponder why and what if. So I just want to send prayers to their family and strength to everyone that can hear our voices. But also at some point, not only do these law enforcement officers need to be held accountable, but we need to be in a position to where we can trust our law enforcement and they can be in a position to actually do their jobs.
Well, you know, you talk about trust, right? And when you, as an African American, and we're dealing with law enforcement, the first thing as an African American man, the word comes to mind is fear, right? You fear of what's gonna happen. Whether it's a traffic stop, whether it's anything to that nature, you fear, especially when it's a white cop that's coming up to you and saying, you don't know what's gonna happen. You fear not to get a ticket or get charged with anything criminally, you fear for your life. So watching this, right, incident, this heartbreaking incident that happened to Tyre, you look at it and you're saying, okay, as an African American, you see a black cop of your race coming up to you, all of a sudden that fear level goes down. Like, okay, cool, he might give me a ticket, or he might, you know, take me in, or he might just give me a warning because he might understand me, right? And you have that little bitty hope that you know, things are going to change and have some type of comfort. But then when you see a certain situation happen like this, all of a sudden it goes out the window. And all of a sudden you're sitting up here asking yourself, what's next? Now,
I agree.
That 10% hope that you did have, you don't have that no more.
I agree.
Stephen A.
Well said.
To piggyback off of what both of them just said,
I hear Stephen A.
5 black police officers, big guys, I might add, took a 150-pound, 29-year-old young black man who did nothing wrong, was at a red light. You run up to his car, you curse at him, throw expletives in his direction, you drag him out of the car. You're incredibly excessive to the point where at that moment he's running for his life. People didn't pick up, or I believe people haven't picked up on the fact that obviously he was driving the car. So because you're driving that car, that's how you knew where to go look for him, because when he ran, where was he going? Well, you had an address, because one of the first things a police officer does is they get your plates and they have an address attached to it. So where do you catch him? 3 homes away from his own house, which is why this young man, 29 years old, working for FedEx, ends up screaming for his mother. Now, I watched all 66 minutes of this tape.
It was crazy.
2 officers had him on the ground. Another officer came up and kicked him in the face twice. Not only that, another officer came and punched him in the face 3 times. Not only that, another officer came, all while he was being held, and hit him at least twice with a baton. And we only know that because of the surveillance camera across the street that caught him overhead. The body cam that they were wearing, ladies and gentlemen, go back and watch. We couldn't see anything from the body cam because while they were holding him and restraining him, they were blocking the visual of the body cam and screaming, put your hands up, put your hand behind your back. They had already had him restrained. They were conjuring up a story while they were torturing this man. They beat him to death. Literally. And they were black officers. So to go to what Kendrick is saying, now it's really conspicuous and it's really obvious. There's 3 colors that we're talking about here. Yeah, it's black. Yes, it's been white in the past, and now the perpetual color is blue. Because clearly when it comes to some police officers, not all, but when it comes to some police officers, they're willing to commit these heinous acts. And there are not enough people in blue willing to call them out and address them to make sure that they don't stain the reputation of the whole. And in the end, we have us as black men seeing this kind of treatment, and then we have to absorb the responsibility. What would make you think this is okay, and what would make you think you could get away with it? Could it potentially be how black men are depicted and portrayed in our society, thereby giving at least a select few the notion that they could get away with such a thing? I applaud the DA, I applaud the mayor of Memphis, I applaud the governor of Tennessee, I applaud the district attorney. They've acted swiftly, they're bringing the hammer down, but what you're doing to these officers, because as far as I'm concerned, they deserve life, you need to do to any officer that does this.
All 5 have been charged. But
Now, I don't have one single problem. I don't have one single problem with Stephen A. Smith said. I agree with everything that he said. I agree with everything that he said. But me just pay attention to the details. He was very elaborate, detailed in this situation, which he should be and he should talk about. But why not do that on Jerry Jones and Dana White, and when things like this happen to the other side? That's all. That's all. R.I.P. to Tyre. Very unfortunate situation. Once again, if y'all really want to know my opinions and my thoughts about this whole situation, follow me on my Damn D POV channel, because I post like 4 different videos, and I'm going to post more videos about this topic throughout the whole day. So if you really want to know my opinions and my thoughts, click the link in the description, and I will pin the comment, and I will pin the link in the comment as well.